Pad. I'm Rick, and we today are going to be checking out Sony's State of Play, see what they have in store for us. I've got my set of predictions, so all we know is this is about a 30-minute presentation. They're going to be looking at 10 games. I'm sure at least one of them is going to be sports related, just because that's kind of how it goes anyway. But I do have my predictions, and I'll mention if I have any of these, if any of these turn up in here. But in rough order of likelihood, my predictions for games that could come up are 1, Horizon Forgotten West, 2, God of War Ragnarok, 3, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, 4, we might see something for Elden Ring. Less likely we might see like a Dark Souls collection. 5, I've got Resident Evil Village Demo number 2 as a possibility. 6, maybe Gran Turismo 7. 7, maybe Far Cry 6. I don't know. I have... Oh, here we go. Number 8, I've got Uncharted 5. Number 9, I've got either Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, as I'm kind of calling the inevitable sequel for the 7 remake, or Final Fantasy 16. And number 10, I've got as maybe a new Spyro game. It seemed like the Reignited trilogy did pretty well, so we might see another one there. I didn't put these on the actual official list or anything, but The Last of Us Part 3, Jak and Daxter 5, Infamous 4, and either Starfield or Elder Scrolls 6 are all potential things that could get brought up here. But like I said before, there's there's probably going to be at least one sportsy thing in there, even if it all comes down as like one game, like a big EA sports thing in the middle might be a possibility. But anyway, hello. Let me know if this sound is like off or anything. We'll get this thing started. I shouldn't hover over that at all. There we go. Yeah, we got all their funky visual aesthetics. Oh.
In your future. Shocking events that will change the course of your life.
You know, I didn't put Crash down.
That last part might have been a hair dramatic.
Because I thought that came out already, did it not?
Coming to the Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time experience on PlayStation 5.
Okay, so maybe it's a DLC then.
Hey everyone, I'm Lou Studdard, creative producer at Toys for Bob. I'm here to give you the feature rundown on Crash Bandicoot 4 on PS5. That includes 4K.
See, Toys for Bob also are the folks who made Skylanders, so
3D audio and more.
Could be a tad louder. Okay.
Picking up where Crash Bandicoot Warp left off.
Let's do
Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. We find the evil masterminds Neocortex
How's that?
and Dr.
Better?
Entropy escaping a once thought inescapable interdimensional prison, leaving giant holes in the universe. What follows is a mind-bending adventure for Crash and his marsupial pals. We designed Crash Bandicoot 4 to leap off your screen, brimming with bold, vibrant environments.
kind of an
and characters.
interesting thing to open with,
Crash
but
Bandicoot has always looked pretty suave. But wait
like if
till
this
you see the
was
spinning head
if this
from native
was
4K at 60 frames per second.
so if this was an Xbox thing, they just put out a whole like FPS boost for older games, especially for Xbox One games. Like bringing that up would make sense here. The fact that we're doing a hey, Crash Bandicoot 4 is cool kind of thing is both very odd and a little not like foreboding or anything, but like it's the messaging of talking about a game that's already come out is odd to me. That's something that seems a little bit strange.
Crank it up to 11 and take your audio into an all-new dimension with enhanced
Yeah, opening with a
3D
game that
audio.
already came out just to talk about the stuff that already exists
Achieving the infamous 106% completion is the sign of a true
is
master.
just weird
Should our
here.
genetically mutated marsupial lose his way? Leverage PlayStation 5 activity cards to track your progress and hit your goals
Okay.
with things like time trials, flashback levels, and boss fights. I bet Entropy wishes he had that. Even bring your incomplete save over from the PlayStation 4 and use the activity cards to get to
Alright.
106%. Oh, and one more thing. If you own the PS4 version of the game, an upgrade option is available. Check out the PlayStation blog for full details. Whether it's your
Right.
first
I mean,
playthrough
again,
or
this
your
doesn't seem
100th,
like
there's no
anything
better
new.
time
This
to
seems
experience
like
Crash Bandicoot 4, It's
stuff
About
that's
Time
already been
on
out there
PlayStation 5.
and like available to be known about. Oh, no, it isn't out
Welcome
yet.
back, Crash.
Okay, I thought it
Games
was.
all here on today's new edition of State
Okay,
of
I would have
Play.
had that on my
We've got
list.
some
I thought
great
it already
updates
came
lined
out.
up for you. First, let's check out the latest on an
Oh.
eagerly anticipated game coming to the
So,
PS5
like, the PS5
console
release
this
then.
spring. from PlayStation Studios.
Hey everyone,
All right.
we at Housemarque are excited to give you this sneak peek.
I didn't put
at
Death
Returnal.
Stranding. Oh no, Death Stranding came out already.
In Returnal, you will play as Celine, an Astra scout who crash lands on an alien planet, Atropos, after receiving a mysterious signal,
Oh,
White Shadow. Players will explore.
I was gonna say that looks
the
exactly like an Ed
planet
Birkin.
in search for answers and unfold mysteries, which may point to a larger force at play.
All right.
Dashing and quickly
Dark Souls in
maneuvering
space.
your way above and around
I kid,
enemies
I
is
kid.
key to survival in Returnal.
This actually already looks like pretty interesting gameplay, though. The dash, weirdly enough, makes me think of like Mighty Number 9 before anything else, which is very weird, but that is pretty cool looking action stuff. Maybe a little bit much on the action all at once here, but
With the
still,
large
that's pretty
variety of
solid.
enemies and the vast number of unique movesets each possess, combat situations prove challenging no matter what the circumstances are. Death is only the beginning.
Yeah.
Every time you die and restart, the world will change. The map will be
So it's a
different,
roguelike.
Enemies will appear in new locations and in different
It's so
numbers.
strange to
You have
me
think
that
fast and
it's
adapt.
2021 and we still
Here you
go
can see
out
the
of our
use of
way
lightning
to
hole
not
fire,
describe
which is
something as a
great for crowd
roguelike
control.
in official
This is one
materials.
of many
Because what it
alternatives
is,
you can
if you
acquire.
die and the landscape changes, that's a roguelike. Or at least a roguelite, but still, the fact that people actively refuse to... Maybe it's an issue of, like, copyright. Maybe the
You will
issue is,
stumble
like, that
across
rogue would...
mysterious
that describing it
devices
that way
can
would
grant
be...
rewards to the player. These will vary
But there's
from
other
weapons,
phrases that have been used for
consumables,
that
and
like would
upgrades,
apply
and
too, as opposed to
completely change your play style and
as
make
opposed
each
to
cycle feel unique.
a roguelike with this kind of detail before. I mean,
Besides the
probably
intense
not.
combat,
I don't think
Returnal
so.
also has a deep and engaging narrative. We allow players to piece together the puzzle that is the story of Celine as they venture deeper and deeper into Atropos
Mm-hmm.
and into her personal nightmare.
But even detail aside, it is still the mechanic of a world that changes when you die makes it a roguelike. Jeff, you're right in time for a big PlayStation 5 roguelike.
Not fully.
In space with dashing and guns.
Some parts are missing, others seem.
Actually, legit, Jeff, this would probably be a game that is very up your alley.
Remember the torment, feeling like I was losing my mind.
Yeah, speedruns. How do speedruns for roguelikes even work? Do they like if you can't control the seed? This presentation is supposed to be about 30 minutes long, so about 25 minutes left. Oh no, it's Resident Evil.
Exactly as I left it.
I don't like that name. That name is
Returnal lands on April
clunky,
30th,
but
and it's
otherwise though,
developed
the
by
game looks
talented
great.
Team at Housemarque.
So that's rad. All right.
Next, let's take a closer look at a high-impact
God.
new PS4 game called Knockout City.
Damn it, we're doing Knockout City again. This was like a bummer of a thing to see in the Switch one. So of course we're seeing it
I'm
again.
Josh from Bellin Studios. We're an indie developer based in upstate New York, and we recently announced Knockout City, a team-based
All right, as
multiplayer action game
for an
PS4
indie
with
game
rival crew
studio,
settler
I
sports
can't
with
fault them
epic
too much for it, but it's
dodgeball
definitely like. I think my
Knockout
biggest
City is
problem
easy
was
to
the
pick
way
up
they
and play.
introduced
There's
the
a lot
game
of
in
depth
the
for those who got the
Nintendo
space.
in the
Now, once you
Nintendo
move
Direct.
face-off mode, you'll go
made it
hand-to-hand
look
in a
like
constantly shrinking battleground, relying on
you
your
were going to
reflexes and
be
abilities to knock out
playing
enemies.
as those different characters
A
in something
well-timed
together
crash
with like
powers
these
up the
really
wall, making
disparate
it easier
abilities
to
and
land
stuff, and then it was like, oh no, never mind, those were
trick shots to lob a
gamer
ball over a
archetypes.
ledge or hook it
It's
around
like,
the corner.
ah man.
Fake a throw to mess up
It's
your
not even
opponent's
another
timing
arena
and
battle
knock
for
them out
kids.
before
It's
they
the
can
same
recover.
other arena
When you're in
battle
a
for
tough
kids
spot
that we
with a
saw
ball
like
flying
a
your
week
way,
ago.
The last second dodge is the difference between getting knocked out and staying in the fight.
So
Keep your
it's
wits about you and outplay your opponent to bring
it's
home a win.
dodgeball.
Let's jump into Team KO, our 3v3 mode.
All right.
Teamwork makes the dream work in Knockout City. If your crew is outmatched, a well-coordinated team can still dominate. We're playing in Back Alley Brawl, a new map that you'll find in our upcoming crossplay.
I will
beta.
admit,
The special
this
ball
is
for
doing
this
a better
map is the
job of
sniper
going to
ball,
bat
which
for the
locks
game
onto
than the
targets
one in the
from far
Nintendo
across the
Direct
map
did.
and wham!
That one
You
was
take
kind
them out
of
before they
like
have a chance
trailer
to
style.
react.
This one's a bit more
Beyond special
explanatory.
balls,
So
each
like
map features a unique
I
mechanic,
I
In
feel
Back Alley Brawl,
less.
you can hop into a tube
I
and
feel
make a
less
quick getaway or
negative
use them to
about
sneak up on
this
your opponents.
now. Watching this
Caught
one, I feel
empty-handed?
better. I feel at
You
least
can
better
literally
about it.
become the ball,
It's
a
got
new
some
weapon
real
for your
Splatoon
teammate.
energy. I think that's just kind of the silly
Or
nature
risk
of
it
it
all.
that's doing
Charge up
that.
a
But
teammate, launch them high into the air with an ultimate throw, and they'll land in a huge instant KO explosion.
oh, I don't like instant KOs. That's not
The
great.
team here at Velen has been obsessed with building this world over the last 4 years. Knockout City is coming out May
4 years,
21st, and
goddamn.
we'd love your help in our final stretch of development. Rally your crew and sign up for our crossplay beta at knockoutcity.com to play early on PlayStation. See you soon, brawlers.
Okay, that might be actually kind of worth checking out for a beta. I'm at least more interested now than I was during the Nintendo one. The Nintendo one, that was a pretty big misfire as far as
Time for something new.
getting the
Here's your
word
first
out
look at
there.
an
I don't know.
upcoming PS5 game from the team at
Yeah,
Slow
probably.
Clap.
The team at Slow Clap? Oh, actually, though. Okay. I thought I misheard it. Okay. Fortnite Ninjas. Oh no, they're going to do the Daredevil hallway scene. Except, legit though, that's the second time now I've just been like, haha, what is it, this? Oh, it is this. Okay, so it's a bit of, I was going to say, it's a bit of a street fight kind of look there. Oh no, he's been unconscious for weeks. Okay. Like, the art looks nice, but I'm not entirely sure what I'm looking at. Sifu. Okay.
That
Sifu,
was
I
the
think,
debut
is
of
What
Sifu, coming to
do
the
you call your
PS5
master
console
in
later this
Kung
year.
Fu?
Now let's get an update on Solar Ash, an epic new PS5 adventure from Heart Machine.
All right. I think I saw something about this recently, and I don't remember. Got some
everyone.
real
I'm
No
Alex
Man's Sky
Preston,
vibe here.
Creative director of Heart Machine. You might know us as the team behind Hyperlight Drifter. Today, I'm here to show you the first peek at gameplay for our new title, Solar Ash.
Okay.
Solar Ash is a huge,
That logo looks like
stylish
it's got a
3D
bit of a Monado
platformer
thing going on,
focused
too.
Speed, movement, and fluidity. The game is set inside a giant black hole known as the
You do
Ultra
skateboard trick.
which has been consuming everything in its path. You play as Ray, a daring void runner who has decided to venture into this terrifying anomaly as a last-ditch effort.
Did we?
to
I
save
think
her
we
homeworld.
saw the
Ray is
debut
extremely
trailer for
agile,
this in like the
able to
last
skate
state of play or
across the world with
something.
abilities akin to skating. On the ashen clouds,
Some of this feels
she can
very,
quickly
very
cover
familiar.
Great distances in our huge world. At its core, Solar Ash is a game about movement, and Ray has everything she needs to flow through the dangerous and unique world.
Okay. I'm still sort of getting my
journey
my
to
head
save your
around
planet,
what the tone
you'll
they're
find
going for
yourself
this state of
face-to-face
play
with
is. Like, it
attacks
seems
from
like they're going
violent
for more of a, not like technical
Our
side of
combat
things, but it's
system
more
is
of
simple,
a
fast, and fluid. Built to
I don't know. I
empower
guess they're going
players and
demonstration
encourage
style, whereas the Nintendo Direct is more of like a trailer
As you explore the
sequence.
Ultra Void, enemy
Um,
encounters will scale to greater
It is
and
interesting
greater
because I would feel
sizes.
like demonstrations would be really
of
well
these creatures
suited for
require speed,
E3. Though I guess if a lot of these are
precise
coming out early this year, then they need to get the word out for these first.
Ray will eventually need to face the massive sentinels of this void. Wretched, starved beasts that hold the key to her quest.
Okay. This is a crossover with the X-Men, right? Because they're fighting the Sentinels?
Solar Ash is Heart Machine's vision of the adventure platformer. The giant spaces, the feel of movement, the flow of combat, and the high-stakes
So
battles
is it-
top enormous
is
beasts
it open
all
world?
come
It-
together
like,
to
it's
bring
kinda
clear
hard to
something
tell.
we think is incredibly unique, and more importantly,
Like, I guess it looks
fun.
pretty open world.
This game is a labor of love for everyone.
It looks
on
pretty
the Heart
nice.
Machine team. We're excited to bring Solar Ash to PS5 and PS4 later this year.
Okay. All right. Looks solid enough.
If you're a fan of scary games, this next one is for you.
Resident Evil.
When I first found you, you were nothing. You were small, pathetic.
I'm gonna say, is this gonna be Five Nights at Freddy's Remake 2?
Are you ready?
Looks like it. Because what was it? They sort of rebooted the franchise with Help Wanted, I think, didn't they? Or like semi-rebooted it. I think, strictly speaking, if we were keeping it all continued, it would be, this is like number 7. Depends if how you count Sister Location. Or is this Help Wanted?
Gregory, we can get you out of here. You and me together.
Well, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Sister Location, Help
They
Wanted.
won't stop hunting you.
FNAF
None
World
of
doesn't really
them
count for
will
the
stop
number
hunting
for the
you.
numbering. Does feel like much more of an adventure game, though. Is this a
We have to get you out by
strip
morning.
mall, or like a mini mall?
You will do as I say. You
Oh no, it's supposed to be like a
will be
multi-level,
what I
like,
want. And if you fail me, then you will. Both of you.
oh, Pizzeria Simulator, yeah. So it's interesting how this seems to be slowly transitioning into more of an Amnesia style thing. Security Breach, that's right,
There
yes.
is more going on here than you
I had heard the
realize.
title before. Okay, alright. But yeah, it's interesting
That
how
is a
it's
chilling
moving
new
away
look at
from kind of a
Five
Twitch
Nights at
reaction
Freddy's
game
Security Breach.
to
Up
an
next,
Amnesia
let's
like.
take a tour of Oddworld Soulstorm.
Alright.
Hi, I'm Lauren Lanning, Creative Director at Oddworld Inhabitants. Today, I'm going to take you on a brief tour of our newest game, Oddworld Soulstorm.
They've always known you would come. Do you know why you have?
In Soulstorm, you reprise the role of Abe, accidental hero turned unlikely leader of an emerging revolution. As you do battle through weird and wonderful environments, in
I
an
forget,
effort to
the
escape
previous
all-powerful
one.
and eternally greedy gluttons.
The previous one was a remake of the original,
We
wasn't
really
it?
wanted to bring this world to life with what we call 2.9D platforming, which adds much more depth and
Yeah,
immersion.
and so
for the
this
player.
one. But this
sense
one
of
isn't a
connection is
remake of the
also
second one,
reinforced
right?
through
Like
the
this one
use of
is.
dual senses, haptic
So the
feedback,
Oddworld series, I
as
think, was
you'll
supposed
now
to be
able to feel Abe's heartbeat in high alert
3 or
and
4 games, depending on how you count. They did the first 2. They did a side game, and they never got around to doing
There
the
are well
last
over
one.
1,000
It is a remake of the
fellow
second. Okay.
dockets that you must
They never
try
got
to
around to
save
doing the
along the
final
way.
one that they were
But
planning
they
on
are far
doing,
more
and
than
then they went
helpless
back and
workers
remade the
looking
first
to be
one. So
saved.
now this is a remake of the
When
second one.
used
Yeah. Okay.
effectively, you'll be able to solve puzzles, harness their combined energy, and be given the tools they need to fight alongside you. And there will be times when the extra hands will be needed as you face
It's like
off against
it's like
an array
Lemmings if
of
the
heavily
Lemmings
armed
did
enemies
battle,
that'll stop at nothing to find and end Abe once
and you were a
for all.
lemming.
In order to stand a chance against this much larger threat, we gave Abe the ability to scavenge, loot, and pickpocket items from his surroundings and use them to craft an impressive arsenal of his own that he can share with others. You can also play as a non-lethal pacifist or an agent of chaos. We wanted you to have the choice. But there is one iconic ability for our shamanic protagonist, possession.
So we got here.
This mystical power allows you to take control
No,
of
still
your
got
foes
possession in
and
there.
use their strengths and weapons against them, or use them to gain access to paths still ahead. The Oddworld universe is a diverse place, and this means that there are some environments and situations that require a little more thought, patience, and stealth. You'll find dark and dangerous caves, heavily
Jesus
guarded
Christ.
industrial sites, and ancient forgotten lands. Here, we've built lots of opportunities for you to test your skills and find different ways to handle things.
Yeah, I've seen the Oddworld
Being
wiki.
hunted by an army backed by
Took a poke
wealthy
around there when we
organization
played it
isn't
on
bad
the
enough.
PlayStation
There are also
Classic.
more dangers in the forms of natural obstacles, ancient traps, trials against
The
swarming dark
managing of the
creatures,
franchise
and
wound up being
industrial
kind of a
hazards
huge
that
mess.
must be dodged, crossed, and avoided. Ultimately,
Jesus.
Abe's journey is one of hope, freedom, and truth. There's a rich and engaging narrative to discover in a world full of lies. And we've
Ooh,
been
why
able
would
to
you
bring
do
our
it like
characters
that?
to life like
Take
never
a second
before.
hand and hold it in
true
place
Oddworld
instead of just like,
fashion, your actions
and, like
in-game
tugging on
will
it. Ah.
decide the fate of Abe and all those you manage to liberate along the way. And we can't wait to see what you will do.
Coming soon. Coming real soon. That's just a couple weeks away. Hi, Ed. Or Abe, not Ed.
That was the latest on Oddworld Soulstorm. And here's some exciting news. Active PlayStation Plus members will get the PS5 version for no extra cost, starting in April. Moving on, it's time to catch up with Kena Bridge of Spirits, a gorgeous new adventure we last saw in the June PS5 showcase.
Man, am I gonna get 0 of these right? There's a really good chance that I'm gonna go 0 for 10 on this. That little little doo 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 doo. You know what it is? Because it sounds like a piece of music from Twilight Princess. Doon 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 doon. I want to say Ordon Province.
Usually timid.
It's the guess I care about the least. Out of my 10 official ones, it was going to be a new Spyro game. Not that I care about the least, I thought it was the least likely. Oh no, it's Masamune!
I seek passage to the Sacred Mountain Shrine.
Our village is bound to the shrine's energy. But that power faded long ago.
Yeah, the in-between stuff is sort of like the stuff right at the very end. It's like you've seen all about ABC's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and we learned to solve the mystery of Knives Out. Now it's time for your feature presentation. Solar Ash was pretty solid, and Returnal looked pretty good too.
Tangled in the tragedies of our past.
All right.
We must help these spirits who wish to reach the mountain shrine.
It seems very pretty,
It's okay. You have to go now.
but I'm not getting a good idea of what. There we go. It's like I'm not getting a great idea of what the game is gonna feel like. Okay. All right. So looks pretty decent on action adventure stuff. It feels like it takes a couple pages from Breath of the Wild and Horizon Zero Dawn.
Must move on.
Mhm. What? That was very weird. Oh no, guys, it's got shoulder eyes.
Path of a spirit guide is a lonely one.
Well, I'm 0 for 8 so far. See if any of my predictions.
Now let's settle in
Honestly,
for
the
a
10 that I
stylish
put
new
are
look
probably
at
more likely for
Deathloop,
E3
a PS5
announcements this year.
first-person shooter
if
developed
anything.
by the team at Arcane.
What?
You'll never, ever break this loop.
There's no never.
Oh, this one. I've been waiting for this for a while now.
The rest of these maniacs.
This was like maybe my favorite game announced when the trailer first premiered. And this looks great. I want it to come out already.
Cold. The visionaries are ready to dance. Are you?
I don't think E3 is dead. Like, the big ones, like any of the big guys dropping out just kind of gives more space for like second and third parties to fill the gap, which I feel like E3 could use more. But yeah, Deathloop, this looks great. It looks like a fucking lot of fun. And the trailers have all been solid. Ooh, that was a weird moment there. All right. Well, she's got like a shape-shifting thing going on. I don't know about that. Oh, man. It's got this very, like, disco James Bond vibe to it, and I'm all about it. Yeah. I mean, that may be more the trailer than anything else, but it really does give me that kind of, like, it's got, like, a 70s spy thing going on in a big way. Oh, man. Major fucking props to everyone who works on the trailers for this game, because they've all been fucking bangers. I wonder if as the game progresses, you'll gain yourself any sort of checkpoints to sort of speed through, because every time you loop, you got to kill everybody again. So rather than having to redo the same like 10 missions in full over and over again, you know, after a while, the first like 3 or 4 you go after, you can kind of zip in, do the thing, and then continue to the next one. This is rad. Also, I feel like this is going to have a twist right near the end of the game where you decide to kill yourself to start a new loop to get out of a situation in a very specific way right before the end. And maybe even you lose your ability to, like, you lose your loop right before the end.
The rest of you motherfuckers are next.
Oh, God, it looks so fucking good. This is definitely my favorite out of this one. Any state of play that it shows up in, this will be my favorite until it comes out. Like, it just looks so good.
Before we leave, how about a
last
huge
one.
update for one of 2020's most celebrated games?
2020s. There we go. All right, I got one right. Now, is it just going to be that there's a PS5 version, or are we going to be getting a sequel? I mean, some of these scenes are definitely from Remake, so... At least the highway bit was. I don't know about the rest of them. Woo! If it's 2, I still want Rebirth, but...
Well, guys, your girl finally made it to Midgar.
Oh, is this going to be Yuffie? Is this going to start from Yuffie's perspective instead of the main team? That would actually be a great way to change things up. Yeah.
Hunter and elite special forces operative for the new Wutai government.
All right.
To our common enemy, that Wutai is not to be trifled with. Members of Avalanche, we got
Very cool.
this.
I'm back.
Ah, there you are. Someone's been expecting you. What?
Oh, I thought that was Yuffie.
Sorry about that. Anyway, it's nice to meet you. I'm Sonan Kusakabe. Where's
What?
Clown? We lost him. You what?
He will be okay, though, right?
Well, of course he will.
They're the ones.
Oh, that voice.
Cool. Should we say hi?
It sounds like he's got to remove...
After what they've done.
Barrett's voice sounds like he needs to, like he just kind of sticks a cigarette directly into his throat and then speaks.
We gotta help.
Oh, you mean who was in that guy that just announced himself? Digging the outfit on Yuffie. So, okay, I was gonna say is this Yuffie thing that they're doing going to be more platforming style? Duh.
No freaking way!
Okay.
You guys should probably get moving.
Got it.
Whatever it is they're planning, you're better off out of it.
We deserve what's coming to us.
So let's see. If this is not going strictly FF7 Disc 2, then it probably won't be Rebirth. They're going to save Reunion for the very end if they're going to do like a re-thing there. So like... Intergrade?
Now, let the hunt begin.
What the fuck was that? Who electrified Sephiroth?
Get down here, Merc.
And is this going to be like an included thing with the PS5 version of 7 Remake? Was there supposed to be a noticeable difference before and after the glass shatter? Because... Look, I gotta be honest, the differences here are very minimal. Like, yes, the shading is moderately better. Otherwise, it's... Like, it looks like it's got better ray tracing, which is nice. But otherwise, it's like, alright. I was wondering if maybe that was the dude from Advent Children, but like... I don't remember him having, like, spiky hair like that. Fog effects. Kadaj, thank you, yeah. Lighting. This is maybe the lamest possible way to be highlighting this. Fog effects. Lighting. Quality of life. Oh my god. Normal classic. What? Loading times. Okay, Sony needs to stop advertising basic features of the PS5 as features of the games. Okay, photo mode. That's nice. Oh man, you can Instagram Final Fantasy VII. A new episode featuring Yuffie. Okay, so it is a DLC wait, so is it a DLC chapter that's being added alongside it, or is it going to be like a fleshed out, like mid-size game?
You see that?
That's how ninjas do it.
Yep.
Yep, remake, Intergrade. We already got that part. Yup. Okay. I feel like they're repeating themselves slightly. Alright. I mean, that's cool.
Of Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade,
So I got
coming to the PS5
half of
console
one
later
out of
this
10
year.
right.
And that's our show. We hope you're as excited as we are for what's to come in 2021. See you next time.
All right. We got some... whoops. Where did I put it? There it is. We got some good stuff there. Returnal looks good, even though the title's dumb. Knockout City at least seems less kind of lame-ish than it did from the Nintendo one. Solar Ash looks really cool. Five Nights at Freddy's at least looks more like accessible if you don't like just a million jump scares. Deathloop obviously looks fucking great. And I'm so excited for that. And then Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade is... Oh, man, that's such a clumsy word. It sounds like integrate. Like you're integrating it into, but it's also like an interstitial thing or an interquel kind of deal, which is... Man, these titles are so fucking weird. Anyway, yeah, so My worry for Final Fantasy VII is that it's going to get this Kingdom Hearts thing where, like, they keep adding a new one on, and then a new console comes out, and they go, fuck, we got to re-release it again. Okay, yeah, all right. Do that, and we'll add, I don't know, Vincent gets, like, a side thing this time, sure. But, yeah, so good stuff there. My favorite out of this is Deathloop, for sure. But out of the newer ones, I guess Returnal seems... Maybe Solar Ash, though that one's already been kind of announced and talked about. Returnal, I feel like there's been less info about, but those I think are my other two. And then obviously Final Fantasy VII getting a PS5 upgrade is pretty nice. But yeah, so what do you guys think of the state of play? You can leave your comments below. I'm going to throw this online, and then I'll be coming back later tonight, probably at 7:30, 8 o'clock for some Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, possibly the last stream of it, doing like the main game, and then yeah, we'll also be coming back tomorrow morning 10 o'clock Eastern for Pokemon Presents, a 20-minute long event for the 25th anniversary of Pokemon. It's going to be a wild time. It's going to be interesting. 20 minutes is tied for the longest they've ever done for these, so keep your expectations tempered, but there's probably going to be at least one big thing that gets announced there, presumably for November. And we may see more stuff about Pokemon Sleep or Pokemon Home, or more stuff for Pokemon Home. There was another thing in there that I've already forgotten about. Yep. Anyway, Pokemon Unite. There might be something for that too, but who knows? Anyway, catch you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out, and looking forward to a bunch of these games. Bye.